Hello, so welcome to another video. We're going to be working with our core in this video. We already have another video which I've called Core Yoga Flow, in which we work with plank. You're very welcome to do that alongside with this one. This one we're going to be lying on our back. We're going to be working with our pelvic tilts, finding our uddiyana bandha, our abdominal lock as we come into our reverse belly breath, engaging the core, and working with the upper abdominals as we turn it into a yogic crunch. We can stay with those three levels as our foundation, or we can start to add on working with the sideways, the obliques, as we come into some twists. Stay with the level that feels comfortable for you, adding on when you're ready, but do keep the pelvic tilts in, the abdominal work in, so our uddiyana bandha, our abdominal lock, we're engaging the core in, and then add on the lift of the head as we come into a crunch. 5 minutes every day, you'll really start to see the difference in your lower back and your core. This really works the deeper muscles and tissues of the core. So do take your time with this one, but you will really see the difference, especially in your yoga practice when we come into working with plank and working with our arm balances and inversions, and you'll get that lift when the body's ready to. So from here, feel free to watch this video once through and then go through as I guide you through it, as we lie on our back as though we're coming up into bridge. We don't lift the hips or the lower back off the floor though. So lying on your back, knees are bent, feet are hip width apart, the knees stay hip width apart. Really important to make sure the knees don't squeeze together. And you're lying on the back of the head, not the crown, so you've got that support for your neck. And the hands will stay by your side. I will move them a little bit because I will show you my back. Once we get started, they'll be back down by my side. So we start with the hips, our pelvic tilts, and we work with the breath. Remember, you're controlling the movement, you're not controlling the breath. So as you inhale, push your tailbone into the mat, and your lower back will start to arch so much so that you can actually place your hands underneath your back. And as you exhale, you're tucking the tailbone under, so you're lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, but again, you don't lift off the mat. And you're pushing your back into the mat, so there's no space underneath the body. So you inhale, push the tailbone into the mat, and exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Really important point to stay with, and even if you just stay with this level, absolutely fine. Once you start to build up, we can add on. From here, we're going to bring our awareness to our core, so working with the uddiyana bandha, or engaging the core, or working with our abdominal lock. And we do this as we exhale. So you exhale, tuck the tailbone, and you pull the belly button towards the spine. So you're trying to put a pair of jeans on, you've got to breathe in and hold your breath so you can squeeze the belly out of the way to do that pair of jeans up. But this time we're exhaling, we're just gently pulling the belly button towards the spine. As soon as we inhale, the belly relaxes and we push the tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engaging the core, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, belly relaxes, push the tailbone into the mat. And you're very welcome to stay here, so you're working with your lower back, working with lower abdominals. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engaging the core, pull the belly button back to the spine. As you inhale, relax the belly, push the tailbone into the mat. From here we can turn it into our crunch, so we can interlace the fingers, taking the hands behind the head. Inhale, head relaxed, belly relaxed, push the tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engaging the core, lifting your head, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Use your arms, not your neck. Inhale, head relaxes, belly relaxes, push the tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engaging the core, lifting your head. Inhale, head relaxes, belly relaxes, push the tailbone into the mat. And again, you can stay with this level, just stay with your very basic yogic crunch will help to work the upper and lower abdominals and releasing the lower back. If you wish to add on, make sure you keep all these levels. So tailbone releases as you inhale, you tuck as you exhale, engaging the core, lifting your head. Inhale, relaxing your head, relaxing your belly, push the tailbone into the mat. So from here we can add on a twist. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, lift your head. Take your right elbow over towards the left leg and lift the left foot up, keeping the knee over the hip. Inhale, foot relaxes, head relaxes, belly relaxes, push the tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, lift your head. If you're adding on, twist. Make sure you lift the foot, but you don't bring the knee over the hip. And staying here. Inhale, relax, tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tailbone tucks, engage the core, lifting up, add on the twist. Inhaling. and exhaling. From here we've got one more variation. We're still keeping it very basic, and we can keep the legs lifted. So we lift the feet, knees stay over the hips, and we do work a little bit harder with the pelvic floor, the pelvic tilts. So do listen to your body. If this feels too tough to keep the feet lifted and keep the tilts moving, then keep the feet on the floor. Otherwise, inhale, belly's relaxed, push the tailbone into the mat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage in the core, lifting up, keep the twist. This time we push the leg away that we're not twisting to. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. Have a rest when you need to. Coming back into them, you can just practice those for 5 minutes every single day. If you can do those every single day, that'd be perfect, and you will start to see that strength building really quickly in your core and in your lower back. You can do that as part of your yoga practice. You can do that first thing in the morning, so you can lie in your bed. You can do that before you go to bed. You can do that lying on the sofa. You can just work with the pelvic tilts. You can do those standing. You can work with your uddiyana bandha, your abdominal lock, wherever you are, so whether you're sitting at your desk or if you're driving into work, when the traffic lights go red, pull the belly button in, engaging the core, and when you're ready, go and releasing the belly, and you'll start to see that starting to build up really nice and slowly. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy it, and I shall see you next time. Namaste.